I'll have one. Rip it off. All right, here we go. Unofficial start. We're racking the beers up.
Tip in.
Welcome to the podcast, Tyson Booth.
Thanks for having me.
And this is a yarn. This one, like I've never done this one before.
Would you say 7 years in the making?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe more.
Possibly more?
Maybe longer. So for everyone who doesn't know Tyson Booth at home, Tyson had an illustrious career here at Walker's Plant Maintenance, and he's one of the very many few that leaves and then comes back on a different level.
Yeah.
Tyson's been a part of the furniture around here. One of our good friends has now stretched his legs out into the mining world. Was previously in mining before he came to work for Walker's.
Yeah.
And you just hung around.
Yeah.
And we've been yarning and saying, come on, Tyson, let's get on the potty, bro. Let's get on the potty. And today's the day. We're on the potty.
I remember you talking about the podcast yarns when I was still working here. That was a long time ago now.
Long time. You got to come closer to this thing.
Oh, sorry, mate. Is that better?
That's heaps better. I can see the dials move. I've got the boost gauge down here, so it kind of kicks on, you know.
Copy that.
Floppy hat.
Yeah, I remember you telling me this was your dream, so it's good to see it coming about, to be honest. It's really good.
It's been a dream for a while. I've always yarned about being a potty, doing it. But to actually make it happen and to build a little thing up here, it's been a hell of yarn. It's been a hell good. I really enjoy it. I feel like build another one now just because now that you've done one, why wouldn't you do two?
That's hashtag project life.
Yeah.
My wife's pretty adamant that I ain't bringing it home.
Okay.
But I'm definitely bringing it home.
Well, I mean, you don't need to bring it home if you've got a space like this, you know? Like this
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
She's done up Schmick.
Yeah. I think
Nice little view.
Mark Arndt's helped us build this.
Oh, yeah.
Not only is he a mechanic, but he's also a builder, he tells us. So
Yeah.
we haven't fallen off the roof yet.
Doesn't mind dabbling in a bit of construction.
We have had a few yarns with downstairs now that we've got Boilermakers in the house.
Yeah.
They're noisy, man.
They're noisy.
We always know. Like on site, you're always razzing, get them scrap cutters out of here, them bastards.
Plate bashers, man. They're just noisy bastards.
Talks, but they lay down some beads downstairs. They're laying down some dimes. And there's not much they can't do. They're pretty good. I try and make them do all the stuff now.
Yeah. Well, the fabrication side of it is
It's
even
killer.
new from the last time I popped in for a quick visit, I think.
Fab Shop's only popped up in the last 6 months.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's kind of been a bit of a
when last time I came in.
it was kind of a necessary evil. We're using contractors and stuff. And it's just a yarn. I can't manage it properly.
You're better off paying your own bloke.
100%.
Right? Yeah.
And then we get a better product, man. I can chop and change. Usually if they're your employees, when you change your ideas 50 times, they can't get us mad.
Yeah, that's right.
But contractors can they just piss off.
Yeah.
No, well, they can get us mad, but they should just be an adult and cry in the car on the way home.
Yeah, that's what we all do.
Yeah.
You cry in
Just
the car.
be
in
an
your
adult
own time.
about it.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Everyone has shitty days at work. Just be an adult about it and cry on the car on the way home and get it out before you get home. You don't take your work stuff home. It's just basic adulting, really.
There's also that one get out of jail free card. Just go to the toilet and cry in the toilet.
Fair.
If it's really bad at work, go to the toilet,
Just-
have a little cry.
Yeah, and
Someone
just get
comes
it
out.
out.
And they say, why are your eyes red? You say, it was really stinky in there, man.
Yeah.
Don't come out here crying in front of the boys because that's going to bring morale down.
100%. You cry somewhere else where no one can see you.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Tice, where are you now? Where are you working? What are you doing?
So I'm working for Elite Maintenance still. Been with them, that'd be 3 years in November.
Yeah.
I believe. I've got just finished up a project, did a little construction project at FMG.
Yeah.
Between the power line that runs between Solomon and Eliwana.
Yeah.
They put in this massive power line. We were just like looking after the machines and we're doing all the earthworks and stuff essentially. So that was a pretty cream gig actually. It was really good. About to got my on R&R at the moment. I'll be helping Elite fire up the next project at Gudadari.
Oh, where's that?
Rio?
Rio, which is just north of Newman.
I believe so.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Soon you will be.
Yeah.
And this is a Rio site versus an FMG site.
Yeah. So I think I don't know. We'll see how long I last.
Yeah. You might get that letter.
Yeah. I might be like, hey, man,
Mr. Booth.
yeah, this is
It's not not time.
This isn't working out. But it should be good because as opposed to Elite, traditionally we're just sort of like contractors. We roll up site, roll out of site, just work between all the different sort of customers, clients we have.
Yeah.
This one's going to be like a.
Just excuse the compressor relieving itself in the background.
Yeah.
They actually are filming in an
Just let
actual
you all know
workshop.
this is an active. It's an active
This is
work
an active
area.
work area. Yeah, correct.
That adds to the ambiance. You know,
It does,
makes
yeah.
it
A bit of
legit.
charm.
And you got to say it properly.
Yeah.
Ambiance.
Ambiance.
Yeah. It's not just a normal workshop. This is a functioning workshop. Well, technically, is it? Yeah, it does. It definitely
No, it functions.
people-
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it
lots-
functions.
yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of people here. There's lots of people here.
The what was I saying? The
Difference between this one,
yeah. So this one's going to be Elite is going to supply the whole sort of maintenance
Oh, sick.
setup.
So they'll just be the maintenance contractor. They're running the whole show.
yeah. Yep.
That's killer. That's the way to
So
do it.
which is a little bit different to how we've normally run. So it's really it's exciting actually to sort of see the business sort of grow in that sort of
Yeah,
direction,
definitely.
which is pretty cool.
And
We've
there's
got-
heaps of opportunities out there at the moment for blokes doing that, man. Especially lads that are keen and they're having a crack and they're not special, you know?
absolutely. The boss has bought like a service truck, bought a brand new service truck. He's bought some domes and containers
Yeah.
and hopefully
All the general stuff that you need to fire
So
up.
we're going to have all our own tooling,
Yeah.
service bay, all
Perfect.
that sort of jazz.
Killer.
So,
That'll be schmick.
yeah, looking forward to it. And yeah, we'll kind of run that and see how
That's
it
sick.
goes.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yep, pretty excited.
Yeah, 100%. And the boys at Elite are pretty good dudes. I pass them all the time, man. I'm always giving
Yeah,
them. I
yeah.
always, when I drive past them, I think I wave at everyone and say, "Hey, Tyson," and then they're like, "That's not Tyson."
Mm-mm.
But yeah,
And keep an eye out for EMS 23, mate.
23.
That's me and Lulu.
Lulu, I love. Oh, naming vehicles.
Yeah.
That's the yarn.
It's
It's
a
got
bit
to
of
We've
be.
still got.
It's mandatory,
Zelda's. She's still running around.
Yep.
Your old bus still
And-
here.
despite your
Oops.
best efforts.
Maxi.
Yeah, I did.
Maxi. Oh yeah, that's right. You did Maxi.
I did Maxi and Zelda.
That's
Yeah.
the yarn, isn't it?
Yeah,
oh,
there's a-
jeez.
there's
Let's
actually
rewind. Oh,
There's a
let's
couple of good stories.
Yeah, 100%. Let's start. So Tyson's had a pretty good career here at Walkers. I remember your first day.
I bet you he remembers his first day
Yeah.
too.
I don't know if I do remember.
Yeah, we literally right out here front gate. We were doing a 7:30 or
Oh, that's
7:40.
right. Yep.
And I was
Cooling
like,
system
yeah, I
dramas.
was like, oh man, you ever worked on a 740 for like, yeah, cuz, of course I have, bro.
cut once or
I think we
twice.
did like an oil cooler or
Yeah.
something on it or a water pump. But I remember you hanging out the bonnet with your feet over the edge, and I was like, oh, this lad's all right.
He's in there.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Yeah, he's going to work out. just
Patch him
fine.
up, lads. Give him the shirt. And you came through Wolfie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so
Um,
I started here because I was friends with Wolfie,
Yeah.
and he offered me a job
Context another previous employee.
yeah, previous
another-
employee.
another
Who
previous-
also has moved on to bigger and better things.
Yes,
So he's a good,
Yep.
he's kicking.
he offered me a job here. I said, "Oh, not really. I've got a pretty good thing going." I was working. I don't know. Do we say names?
Yeah, you can say the
Yeah, I
names.
was
Yeah, you can say.
working for MRL.
Yeah. We actually do their stuff now. I've got trucks of theirs out the back now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Which is good.
I was working for them, and I was like, "Nah, I'm pretty happy here. Like, I've got a good thing going. I'm doing site work. I'm doing workshop work in town, and earning good coin, and life's good." And then bit of a drama in the workshop. There was a supervisor there who didn't particularly like me, I don't think, and sort of butted heads a little bit. He did his best to get rid of me, and it worked.
Yeah. He's lost our game.
I got stood down, and I contacted Wolfie and said, "Hey man, is that job still available?" He said, "Yep, I've just spoke to Luke. Come in for a yarn."
Yeah.
Come in and had a yarn to Luke, and Luke said, "Sweet man, when do you want to start?" And I said, "Oh well, I don't really know. I'm waiting on HR to get back to me." He's like, "All right, well, do you want to hang around there if they keep you on?" I said, "Not really. Not after the way I've been treated, to be honest." He's like, "Too easy, man. Will you just ring me when you know?" And
That was it.
that was it. And then yeah,
I think it was like the next week. It wasn't that
it was
long.
only a couple of days
Yeah,
later.
It wasn't that
I
long.
went in for a meeting with HR, and they said, "Yeah, you're out of here.
Mr. Booth, pack up your gear.
Yeah, don't come Monday."
He said, too late, already done.
So I did, and then I came here to work for you, and I was like, "Man, I don't have my tools or anything yet." And you're like, "Too easy, man. Just grab." I think it was Maxi.
Yeah, I think it was Maxi,
I think you
actually.
handed me the keys
Yeah.
to Maxi and said, "Just go get it, man." I'm like, "It's in banana." You were like, "No, don't worry about it. Just go get it." And I was like, "All right, easy."
And that was
I
it.
rolled in there, and the supervisor seen me in a new ute, and the supervisor I didn't get along with, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on here?" I was like, "Oh, this is my new gig. This is my new ute. I'm just taking it to get toolboxes and shit put on it now. This is my new field service gig." And he was pretty taken back, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he was.
Wasn't expecting that.
He wasn't happy because I think
Yeah.
he thought he fucked me over.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, so that felt,
Wrong.
yeah, that felt good. Used the forklift, loaded my shit, and got going.
100%. It always feels good.
And then worked for you for
Shit, a while. Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then we didn't have any. We didn't have any.
She was pretty fast. And
Yeah,
loose back in
yeah,
them
she
days.
was, man. She was. We didn't have any of the gigs that we had now. We had a good crew of blokes, but we didn't have any real solid jobs. We were just kind of flying by our seats doing.
Yeah, it was like one thing at a time.
Yeah.
We had fun though.
Oh, bro,
because we're all mates, you know. Like,
man,
we all got along real well and drank beers together.
I think that's still one of the best bits, man, about working here. That it's some days it feels a little bit bad.
Yeah.
Like some days I feel bad. I say to Mum, "Geez, what are we doing, man? We haven't." And then you really think about it, you think, "Oh, I've done heaps today anyway." Sometimes it doesn't even feel like work, you know. Just organise and shit and keeping it all going.
No, but you've got to remember you've got a full-time professional race team to keep on afloat as well.
Semi-professional
race team.
Semi-professional race driver and an amateur tattoo artist.
Yeah, that's it.
Taking bookings, actually.
Yeah. If you can, hit us up.
100%. We're always available. But we've had a few good yarns, and I don't think you can see it that well, but we've just put up one little photo at the back here, Tyson, which really just describes
it sums
how
up
you were at Walkers. Like you were a vibe to be around.
That was
the shirt up, the dart. You can see the smoke rolling out.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to see, but it's.
I'll get them to put the picture up. We'll put the actual picture up. We've got a slideshow of pictures.
Here's the highlighted white.
Yeah,
white back.
We've made a highlight.
I'd actually really like to get that as a cardboard cutout and put it in the hallway.
I think it could be on a t-shirt.
It should be on a t-shirt. Is what
I even thought, like a card, like a sports card, like if you get like Tyson Booth fitter. Bang.
Oh, like
that.
a
baseball card. Yeah, we all have different ones, obviously.
Yeah.
And if you get a gold one or something that's like a limited edition,
we
make the gold. Yeah, make the gold one. Yeah. Then what else? What do you got? The next one.
What else have we got tucked in here?
We got
there's a couple of vintage actually. What have we got?
I
think you need to explain yourself here. Actually,
come on, give us up to this.
So
this is.
I'll just move my noggin out of the way so you can see. That
is a flock of hair.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I was halfway through growing my hair. It ended up being shoulder length, but that was kind of early days.
Were you up?
I think the missus wanted to.
Conceive. It seems like you're a bit emo then.
No, I don't think so. No,
I am picking. I'm picking up a distinct emo vibe, but the fact that he's in front of an NWA poster means it's not really that emo.
You thought that I'm emotional, but I'm not.
The missus was like, "Oh, I want to straighten your hair. I want to see what it looks like when we straighten it because it's quite naturally when it's that long, it's quite curly."
Yeah.
So we, I sat there and she straightened it, and I looked in the mirror and I couldn't even stand myself.
Yeah, you wanted to beat yourself
you need
up.
To sort that hair out. That's rough.
Yeah.
And then that was a Snapchat that I sent to a few of the lads with the finger guns, looking well hard in front of a
solid proper
in front of an NWA.
Solid. Yeah. And then what have we got next, Stels? I think we've got the winner next. This really, I think this one is a real winner. There it is.
Yeah.
Couple of one current Walkers employee.
Yeah.
And two previous Walkers employees.
He's a yarn. Rattlesnake's a yarn.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
He's a lad.
He's one of me and him when he first started working here. We clicked like that
instantly.
I think if I ever find someone
like, do we just become
best friends?
Like that?
I think so.
I think if I find anyone that doesn't get on with Rattlesnake,
I'll show you a link up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's I've already got an opinion of that person because they don't get on with the bloke that's the easiest to get on with.
100%.
Yeah.
Good for a yarn, good for a beer, good for a shoot, good for a dirt bike.
Hey, tell you what he is real good at, and he'll hate me saying this.
I can tell you already. I can already tell you.
He's actually the number one ranked person in Australia for laying your Harley down.
No, that's a yarn. That's a yarn.
That's a bit of a stitch up. That was cool.
I was going to give him the credit for the Facebook marketplace because if there's any kind of yarn on marketplace, I'm guaranteed he's behind it.
Yeah,
he's 100%. Behind it. I like to recently. He's been getting into marketplace, and I've really been getting in riding him. Yeah. I like to just message him about it and say, "Hey, mate, is this still available?" And if he says yes, I say, "Excellent. I wasn't actually looking at that. I can see you got an old pair of shoes in the back of the shed there. Are they for sale?"
Yeah. I just want the left one.
I don't even want that. I just want the laces out of it. I just want to make it unusable for you. And it seems to work quite well for us. So I always try and get onto it.
Does actually the other thing that you are very good at with Rattlesnake is if there's something in the yard that you don't want anymore, you make it his problem.
Yeah, actually,
he doesn't even work here.
He has told me that on a few occasions.
Oh, I get him all the time.
He's like, I don't know. Somehow I've ended up with this fucking thing. Luke didn't want it, and now it's mine.
He never says no.
Don't worry about it. you know, you can sort me out later with cash or
He
whatever.
already knows the deal. I call in the favour. So I did a pretty good deal with Rattlesnake, and I said to him, Jake, listen to me. Boy, have I got a hot deal for you.
Yeah, I've got something you might be keen on.
Her name's Terry. Doesn't run that well, doesn't start that good.
Doesn't stop,
has hydraulic issues, has no seat in it, doesn't. But what a winner of a deal for you and your farm.
Yeah, perfect for the farm.
So obviously he didn't say no when he took it.
Yeah.
Now I feel like Terry is one of his most prized possessions.
Have you seen the amount
he's been doing
it
some,
is?
He's been doing some.
And you shouldn't be digging holes with tines on a farm, but he does.
No, he does. He does.
But that's what farms are like.
100%.
Yeah.
That's farming.
No, there's no wrong way to do it.
That's farming, baby.
If you're a landowner, man.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
that's
not
my
in this economy.
Yeah. No one's actually a landowner.
So Rattlesnake's a yarn.
Yeah, I've seen him do all sorts of mad shit.
The Fox Snapchat, that was probably a killer for me when he sent the Fox Snapchat. We can't even talk about it now because it's hectic, but I've already mentioned the Fox Snapchat. You know the one where he sent the Snapchat after the fox that he shot?
There's been a couple.
Yeah.
I can't recall any one specific one because there has been a few.
Yeah.
Oh, the RSPCA will be on to us if we told them what really happened.
Yeah,
but anyway,
okay. So
enough about
that's a chat for off air.
That's a chat for off air. So we'll just blank that bit out.
Moving right
along. So yeah, we've had some yarns and some pictures and stuff.
Yeah,
we've got some good stuff.
Do we want to talk about the vehicles that I try my best to write off?
I think that's the main thing we should talk about. Obviously,
you said let's discuss it, but obviously this is an informal apology.
No, Tyson already. Me and Tyson, we were pretty good straight away. Like obviously,
yeah. I've never seen when I did my best to launch Maxi to the moon. I've never seen Luke so angry in my whole career working for him. Even after that, I've never seen him that angry ever again. But he cooled down very quickly. Very quickly. And we were sweet by the...
Once you were safe, that was probably the main thing. Like it was a bit of a dampener on the Christmas party.
A little bit, yeah.
So to set everyone up for the gig, it's late in the evening, possibly even early in the morning, some would say.
Yep.
We're parked up on top of a sand dune, just having a few beers. We do our annual Christmas party at Lancelin. Allegedly, yeah. Don't tell the authorities. Not
I've been told.
So we've been told.
Rumor floating around.
Yeah.
And we're all up on the dune, just having a nice hot time, just kicking around. I believe that the beverages were flowing.
Yeah.
And we could see you coming in the ute, and we were up on a Razorback.
Yeah.
Like we were directly on top of a Razorback.
Can I just let the record show that I wasn't aware that it was
a Razorback? And we thought you were
not the most experienced in the dunes either.
No.
I'll have that put on the record too.
So we were all standing at the top of the Razorback waiting for Tyson to greet us with his presence. And Tyson just kept going straight off the Razorback.
So he found the top and then he found the gap.
He found the bottom. It didn't take as long to get to the bottom as it did to get to the top.
No.
Oh.
And it was that brutal stop at the bottom that really...
Yeah, it wasn't being airborne that there was a problem. It was the abrupt stop that did all the damage.
That's usually what does.
And then you also had a passenger.
Yes, the newly employed LV apprentice.
JP.
Stop it.
And that was a landing. You landed that hard that when I remember swinging the door open to blast you, and the armrest on the door was completely stoved in, where your elbows had gone through the door card into the thing. The bonnet was a bit bent up. The guards were a bit bent up.
Yeah. Give poor old Maxie give it a good touch.
He nosedived. He did
broke his nose,
there was fishing rods and eskies and stuff in the tray before the Razorback. After the Razorback, not so much.
Not so much, yeah.
There was you turn back. And
I already know why that happened. You didn't ping the strap, did you?
No.
You didn't ping it and say that's not going anywhere.
And you probably didn't do the old whack on top where you go.
Either.
Safe as houses. Yeah, the safety slap.
Yeah, it's got to be done. Every bloke knows.
That was that was a wild ride.
It put a bit of a dampener on the Christmas party for I reckon a couple of hours till we got it back to the residency.
Yep.
And I remember saying to you, I don't give a what happens.
Yeah.
Just make it drive home. And you're like, I promise, man, I'll make it drive home. And we did.
Yeah.
Drove home.
Yeah.
And you know what? That wasn't the worst thing that's happened to Maxie since you've left Maxie.
She's had a bit of a life.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
she's had a life. Because before you did,
all
Maxie,
the vehicles have got a few stories.
Or if they could talk, you know what they'd say?
Let me out.
Just let me go.
I'm
man.
tired, boss.
Set me
I'm
free.
tired.
I've already done 500,000 hard Ks. Can you not get another one? What's wrong with you? Surely you can afford another vehicle now.
Can you just employ some people who are just going to drive
Yeah.
nicely?
Even then, we've been getting new vehicles through the Wazoo, and I just can't part with the old ones.
Nah.
Oh, they've got too much
You're a
turbo
little
value.
bit felt
Yeah.
very weirdly sentimental. with
We
100%.
have specifically
Things like
had about 3 separate conversations about the older vehicles that should be gone already.
Yeah.
And every time it comes up, Luke pretty much just goes,
Can't do
oh, but it's been around so long, can't just get rid of
Yeah,
it.
what do you, it's part of the furniture.
Yeah.
Okay, I grow sentimental to these things.
Yeah.
So
That's,
Ringo,
that comes back to naming the cars.
It does.
Everyone knows
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
name a
it
pet,
does. Yeah,
even on farms, because I'm
Yeah.
sure all 3 of us would have. I mean, I know for a fact we were talking the other day about Luke potentially not shooting things that you weren't not supposed to shoot at, like animals.
yeah.
But you just, if you're going to eat it, don't name it.
Don't name it.
Yeah.
100%.
That's fair.
And Maxie got his name. This is a weird one, actually. Me and Wolfie named Maxie. And the reason that me and Wolfie named Maxie, we had a dude working for us back when it was just me, Wolf, and that. We had a guy called Errol. Errol, if you're out there, I'll find you somewhere, mate.
G'day, Errol.
Errol was a solid dude. But Errol used to drink when those energy drinks came out, those Maxi, whatever they was.
Maximus?
Yeah, Maximus.
Oh, it's like a Gatorade.
Yeah, like a
type thing.
Gatorade type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
And
yeah.
when he left, the car was full of them. And me and Wolf were like, what are we going to call this thing, man? Maxi. It's
Boom.
full of
The
Maximus.
name
That's cool.
presents
And then
itself.
literally just hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
Hasn't stopped.
The
But he's recently taken a turn for the worst. Maxi's been ill.
Right.
Yeah,
Maxie's in the shop next door.
Maxie's
now,
in the
right?
shop next door
Yeah,
now.
he's
So
just get a little bit of cosmetic surgery.
I think it was about
when the ladies hit about 35, 40 and they
Yeah.
want the fakies?
Yeah.
Well, Maxie's hit about 35, 40. She's looking like she needs some fakies.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of a chin
I
tuck.
think
They've hit the ground.
I think that if we had to scale Maxie on an
Some
age,
bolt-ons.
I would say that Maxie is only 30, but
looks
50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Is
Like
it like a
those-
dog years sort of a setup?
100%. Yeah. And
It's
especially
had 7 years
At-
of hard driving.
at Walkers, I feel like our ratio is a little bit higher. So 1 year is probably equal to like 9 dog years,
Yeah, that's
where a
pretty fair.
dog's only 7 years to 1 dog year or whatever it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think it's a lot harder here for
Yeah.
some reason. Could
Yeah,
be.
something in the water. I
It
think.
could be. I think it is
Yeah.
in the water.
Yeah.
Speaking of water, how's that
Yeah.
water? Look at them
Oh,
bottles.
yeah, your
Shout out.
magical.
Oh, mate. Oh, that's been one of the red hottest deals that I've got this week.
Yeah.
Well, it was last week, but
I'm estimating 2,000 water bottles in that crate.
There's a lot there.
There's a lot there. There's so many in there that I've been encouraging the boys to not even drink the full water bottle. Just rip the top off,
Yeah.
have a little squirt, and then just tip it around and just launch it in the bin. Don't
Yeah.
worry about trying to get the most out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Some people might say that's a bit crazy and wasteful, but when you've got as many water bottles as we have,
You've got to start culling.
you've got to start culling. And
Yeah.
that was a yarn. We do a bit of work for NR Metal Recyclers. Jace, who's my mate, calls me up and says, "Oh, Walker, you want some
Have I
free?
got a deal
You want
for
some
you?"
free water?" I said, "Say no more.
Mm.
Drop it round. I know a guy called Jake. I'm going to sell these bottles to Jake." Anyway, I haven't sold them to Jake yet, so he brings the
he
bottles
doesn't
around.
even know he's buying them yet, but he is.
Oh, he
Yeah.
will after he's seen this. As soon as this hits the air, he's going to ring me up and say,
That's it.
"Walker, where's these hot deals on these water bottles?" I'm
Yeah.
going to say, "Mate, you have to sit still because I'm still using this crate."
Yeah.
So
Need to crate
Kmart
that.
stored all their water bottles outside in cardboard boxes in the thing, and then
In winter.
Was it Kmart? I thought it was Big Dub.
Kmart.
Was Kmart.
Kmart, Joondalup Kmart, apparently. And the boxes got all all wet, and then all the water bottles filled over.
Mhm.
So then they called the
Mhm.
metal recyclers to pick up the water bottles.
I'm still caught at where water in a plastic receptacle that's held together in a cardboard box has anything to do with a metal recycler. But
Yeah, that
I'm
is a
not
good
I'm not
point.
mad that the call was made.
Oh,
I
me
just
neither.
I can't make that connection.
I'm
Yeah.
actually grateful
Yeah, no.
because we've got water bottles.
Yeah, no, we did. We did really well out
We
of that.
did well out of
Yeah.
that, yeah. And we also, Jace wants the steel cage back, but I can already think,
Oh, look,
many
you hold
good-
on to it long enough. Surely.
what are you going to do? Come and take
Do you
it
know
back?
what? Do you know what it is actually really already looks like if you just put a little slide latch on the outside?
Recycle.
No, apprentice prison.
Oh, yes.
The naughty corner.
Yeah.
Now, one of Martin's many duties around here is policies and procedures and stuff. So I'd like a policy for that.
I think that's probably
Once
we
the
can have
cage
to.
has been
I'll-
emptied,
I'll
then
get,
we
I'll
turn
get
it
onto
into
the lawyers and just
Yeah.
iron out the details.
Just make sure that it's ironclad before we go
Mm.
putting these pups in there,
Obviously.
because it could be a bit of backlash.
Yeah. Well.
Unless it's a Massey, then we'll ask the dad, and Sam will say, "Just lock them in there."
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's fine.
And that's
He'll
probably the
probably
safest
just say
place.
he's like, "Wait, you don't do that for 8 hours a day
Yeah.
already anyway."
That's what we already do.
Yeah.
I've
Shame
had
on
them
you.
kids. I've had them
Shame
kids.
on you.
I've had them kids locked in the milk truck for 10 years. They're just fine.
Oh, I think that's a
So
little
one of the
present
many
for-
good things about the
There's the view
podcast
from
is
up
that
here.
everyone can see us from up here, and Jordan's
Yeah.
just showed us his hairy ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big moon pie.
It looks like
it looks
that back door's had a few visitors.
100%.
And look, hey, that's none of my
That's
business.
none of my business. Who am I to judge? If that's
I'm just pointing out the facts.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not fucking casting any dispersions.
That's
here.
right. When the inside of the cheeks have friction burn, you just got to make a couple of assumptions.
You already know it's gone too far.
Yeah.
You already know it's gone too far. So now that we've got past the maxi yarn, we had one more yarn, didn't we?
Yeah. So,
but this wasn't your fault.
And then I had
Zelds. Yeah, which is affectionately known as
got
O2.
Whitney.
Oh, then you got Whitney.
But the second accident, which wasn't my fault, it was just in the wrong place, wrong time. In Zelda.
Yeah.
Which really, again, probably did you a favour anyway.
Oh, mate, I'm telling you.
Because
thank you.
Yeah. Because insurance paid out on it.
They paid straight out.
She was a workhorse. She'd been to war and back.
And we bought it back cheap.
Yeah.
Fixed it back up.
Made it a parts runner.
It's still out there now running around. It's a beast.
So I live up in the hills near Stoneville.
Don't give him your exact address because they'll after this
I
people
won't be
will
doing
follow
that.
you.
I don't want to be signing autographs on my doorstep or anything like that.
No, it's hard. It's hard. Trust me. I had to move house.
It had just finished raining, and I come around this sort of blind bend that's a little bit notorious. I was doing the speed limit, and thankfully I didn't have any workshop beers before I left home.
Yeah, that's always a winner. It's always questionable.
I was actually really happy with that. Came around this blind corner, and there was a car stopped in front of me in my lane, and a car stopped in the oncoming lane. And in front of the car in my lane was a BA Falcon upside down, half on the road, half in the ditch.
Oh,
everyone was
can't park there, mate.
Yeah, you're not meant to park there.
You cannot park there.
Everyone was okay, but no one had delegated anyone to walk like up either way on the road and be like, hey, just even though you're doing speed limit, slow down. We've got big dramas here.
There's a Falcon up there on its roof.
Yeah, on its lid. And I came around this corner and it was already too late.
Yeah.
I jammed on the anchors and thought there's people everywhere. I've really got to do my best not to hit anyone or a car, and then kind of had no choice. I just
tipped it in.
Yeah.
Just peeled it.
Tipped it, pulled it to the right. Managed to miss every human that was standing on the road, and there was a few of them.
Mm-hmm. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
So the lady who was stopped in the oncoming lane, I hit front left on her front left, so we kind of collided like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was an MUX, I believe.
Oof. You bought one of them, didn't you? What did you bought? You bought a D-Max.
No, we had a Colorado.
Collie. That's
similar.
Right. Similar.
Wrote the front end of the fucking MUX off and busted all the LCA on the Hilux, and
look,
rim, smoked the rim.
It was enough. It was enough to write it off, but not enough to kill her.
Yeah.
So it was still a repairable write-off. And we did have to get it back. It was unregistered after we did the yarn, but it didn't take us long.
Yeah. Funnily enough, the lady who was driving the MUX that I hit was a guy who was in my year at school. His mum.
Thought that was going somewhere well different. Thought you were going to be like, got the surgery. Turns out that was him.
Same bloke.
Still can't drive. Horrible.
And the cop who asked me for my sort of side of the story and took my statement and put me on the breatho and that, was originally actually a heavy diesel mechanic, and he did his trade upgrade at West Track while I was an apprentice there. He was like,
"Well, loose.
I know you," and I was like,
"Oh shit, here we go.
This isn't good."
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Are you sure?
What's he coming at me for?
Yeah, he told me the yarn, and I was like, "Actually, I do remember you. I remember your last name," and we had a bit of a yarn. He's like, "You're all good to go." Anyway, I'm like,
money.
All right, sweet. Like,
scoot off.
Yeah, let me just pick up my lower control arm and I'll be on my way.
Yeah. I'll just pick my pieces up and I'll get out of here.
I'm going to weld this back together at work tomorrow, mate.
Yeah. It was a show.
Oh, you know what we haven't done for a while, Delves?
Ooh, heaps of stuff. Heaps.
Heaps. What about when we first started and we were like, sponsor me, you?
Yeah. Well, that is actually stolen.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's great.
Yeah. Shameless promotion here, Swan Draft, if you guys are out there.
Any and all corners of Swanville.
I don't even want many. Like just a box a week or something.
Yeah.
I probably don't even need that much. I'd stack them. If I could
I'd be
stack
happy
them
with a box a month.
100%. Anything.
Like, I'm happy buying my own beers, but
I'd be happy with
just
a little.
Just to say,
Thank you.
throw a Swan Draft up the back there, so it's in the camera view.
And I feel like would represent it well.
Yeah,
like we would.
Look, wait. You are the unofficial brand ambassador for quite a few brands.
Ryobi.
I think a lot of the Black Swan branded alcoholic beverages do seem to arrive and disappear out of the back fridge
Fast.
every week.
Fast.
Every week.
When Tyson arrived here, he's like, "Oh, you got any beers, mate?" I did the walk around. I went to all 3 fridges.
When there was only 3 fridges.
There was one scabby cider.
Oh,
and then I did see I saw Jack Daniels in the top in the heavy fridge.
Geez, you don't just
still
give
daylight out there.
That's right. You can't. I feel like it's illegal to have Jack Daniels in the work fridge anyway, man. Just trouble.
You can have
That's naughty water, bro.
It is actually compulsory that once you finish that, you have to put your blue flannel on and go home and flog your missus.
Just kick. Sometimes I just, as soon as I'm going to call it,
whatever it is.
whatever it is, I just call her up and give her a spray as soon as I crack one. She'll already know.
They blame Bundy. I tell you, Bundy gets a bad rap here because everyone calls it fighting juice. But has anyone seen
do
the
you think that Bundaberg tastes like styrofoam?
No.
Do you not taste the rum and the styrofoam thing? Have you ever bitten like the styrofoam? It's probably weird saying have you ever bitten styrofoam, but have you ever bitten styrofoam? You know that bit.
I can't say that I've ever eaten it, but I kind of feel like I should know what it tastes like. Like I would be.
Well, I saw you the other day.
That's
can't
different.
talk.
That's not styrofoam.
Tice, you know those little packy things that come in the little boxes?
Packing peanuts?
Yeah,
yes.
the packing peanuts.
Yeah, you know what they're made of?
Yeah.
Do you know what they're made out of?
They're edible, right?
Yeah. Tyson knows.
I don't heaps of use.
They're made out of corn
that.
definitely.
Yeah,
like
right.
if you're really hard up, and I'm not saying that I was just curious. You can eat them.
Proving a point.
He did prove his point, and we did watch him eat him.
Yep.
He didn't die. He's still back here.
That's right. I didn't even shut up about it either.
No.
Can we get someone to run a few up, or?
Well, I do have these. I've got these buttons down here on my little mixer board, but none of them say "Bring me packing peanuts" yet.
No.
But I reckon we'll put one in
Work
there.
in progress.
I could call up one of the appies and get them to bring it up, but I think they'd probably mess up and they'd probably bring us real peanuts, which would probably be lovely as well.
Well, I mean, yeah.
We should get peanuts up.
You should probably just call Bobbit and say, "Bring your snack packs up."
Nah, because he's got spicy. He's got
real nice nibbles. Real nice nibbles in his store box.
Did you work here? Yeah, you were here when Rob was here.
Rob. Big hairless Rob.
Yeah, Long Schlong Silver.
Long Schlong Silver.
Yeah, well, Long Schlong Silver's back now.
If you've seen him, you wouldn't forget.
Yeah. He's back now. Yeah, he's back.
He's doing an apprenticeship.
Yeah, signed him up.
He started in the LV shop.
Yep.
He's done his year over there.
Yep.
And now he's come to the dark side.
Mm.
So he's now out the back.
Put him on the tractors.
That's what he's been looking for that for ages.
He is the heaviest lifter we have.
We don't.
Oh, he's a big, strong boy.
Some customers are calling him the human crane now.
Yeah.
And I like to go out there and razz him. I saw him out in the paddock the other day, sun just glistening off his oily skin.
Yeah.
I said, Rob, just rip off your shirt. With it, swing.
There was
for
by
the
the
boys.
time,
for the boys.
he hadn't even said shirt yet, and he already had it over.
Already
his
off.
head.
Already off.
Yeah, it's not the sort of fella you have to tell twice.
No. This lad's got muscles in his turds.
Yeah,
that's how muscly he is. Yeah, literally. Yeah. He'd lift.
He actually intimidates brick shit houses.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Staunch and outhouses.
He's on the calendar for the brick shit houses in the brick shit houses.
Yeah, he would be.
That's how brick shit house this bloke is.
Brick shit house monthly or something.
Yeah,
so,
100%. He's subscribed.
I'm familiar.
Subscribed. Writing in first time writer, long time reader. Hi, my name's Long Schlong Silver. I'm just writing to let everyone know I'm
go to the gym.
Yeah,
pretty good at picking it up
repetitively. Yeah. So we've touched on the 2 car accidents.
Yeah.
Thank God no one got hurt in those car accidents.
Yeah.
Like obviously there was a bit of pride damage in the first one. Second one, not so much. And we did financially fine out of it.
The other thing I'll just add to me writing off Zelds as well is because I was only around the corner from home. I must have been a bit late getting home that day. I must have hung around here having a yarn with the lads or something. But I was on the hands-free to the missus.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, I'm just around the corner. Like I'll be like 5 minutes. And she's like, Yep, righto. And before I could even like press the button on the radio to hang up the phone, she's heard me go, fuck. And then she's heard like, oh. And then the phone hung up and she was like, what the fuck?
He's just put it off the side of the road.
She knows the way I always come home from work, and it was like one of sort of 2 roads that kind of lead to the same spot essentially. Mm-hmm. So she went up one road, no one there, did a loop, and then come down the other road.
Saw it.
Yeah, and then found me. She's like, what the fuck? Like, you're right. I'm like, I'm sweet.
Yeah, look, my
Go
car's
down
not,
there
my
and park
car's
out of the
yeah,
way,
park
otherwise it's
out
going
of
to
the
cause another accident.
straight up. My
And
car's
you-
not even on its roof.
Look,
I'm
I don't
fine.
want to. I don't want to
Look at this
throw.
dude.
I don't want to throw any dispersions out there, but Amy's not a dumb chick.
Nah.
Do you think she was actually coming to look for you? She was like, "That's it, he's gone. I'm going to find a fresh." And she was just scooting out.
He'll be at the workshop drinking beers.
I'm going. He's pulling the yarn on me. I'm out. I'm going to get him.
Nah, because she wasn't after the crash. She wasn't far behind.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
and it's literally 5 minutes. From
Yeah.
now,
Not far. Not far.
Yeah.
So what's been going on? Your personal life? I've been stalking you a little bit since.
Oh, okay. I've been doing a bit of research.
Yeah, I've been doing a bit
Yeah.
of research. How's the shed at home?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic.
And you've got a new member of the family too. Well, you've actually got
Yeah.
a couple of new members of the family.
Yeah. Well, since leaving here,
Yeah.
had 2 kids. Got Lockie, who's 3, and Savannah is 9 months.
Now, kids are a yarn.
Oh, kids!
Kids
The whole world
are a
changes.
yarn. Oh man,
It's
kids are a yarn.
Yeah, they are a they're a
Full
yarn.
yarn.
They keep you busy.
But I tell you what, man, geez, you get some laughs out of them.
Oh
little
man, they're
buggers, bro.
so funny. Especially like Lockie, obviously Sav, she's only sort of just starting to crawl now and that. But Lockie's almost 3, so he's
in terror mode.
he's
They always say terrible 2s, but it's not terrible 2s. It's terrible 3s.
the 3-nager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100.
He's a good kid though, to be fair. Like he is a really good kid. Whip the manners into him early and
Yeah.
stuff like that. We always get compliments about how good his manners are and stuff. So that's always nice. But he's a funny little dude, man. Like he's at that age now where he's really starting to do stuff to make you laugh. Like what makes you laugh. And
Yep, that's
How-
dangerous,
how-
but because he's going to keep that in his
Yeah.
back pocket and he's going to
Yeah,
fuck up
that's-
real good one day and he'll be like, hang on, I know how to
But
get out of this.
that's
Yeah.
a trait passed down from generation to generation. Like, it's obviously.
because I'm a little bit
Yeah.
known to be a little bit cheeky.
Yeah,
And, Dad's the same. Like dad's a
Oh, yeah.
bit of a larrikin. So I guess it just runs.
Westy's my little lad. He's got this yarn.
Yeah, how's your-
Oh, bro, they're crazy.
How's your footy team going?
My footy team's growing fast,
Oh,
bro.
it's probably a basketball team.
Yeah. Oh, three. That's
Yeah,
all right.
plus mum and dad.
Maddie wants more, and I just, I don't know if I can take it, bro.
My cousin reckons 2 kids is 2 kids.
Yeah.
And 3 kids is 15.
100%.
Yeah, copy.
That's
Yeah.
what she reckons.
One of
'Cause-
my mates told me once, he's like, 2 kids is good, but 3 kids is 5 times harder than 2 kids ever could be. And I was like, Muzz, you can't even do maths. And he's like, I don't even need to, mate. I'll just tell you
I just know what it
I
is.
just know what it is. I've got it.
Yeah.
I know what's going on. Westy's yarn is he likes to do this thing, and he it's a little bit of a yarn. When he gets out of the shower, he likes to flip his legs up behind his head and say, "Hey, Dad, sniff my stinky old butthole." I'm like, bro, where'd you even get this from? Like, how do kids even come? He's 4. How's he doing that? And what's he doing flipping his legs up
What
behind
is
his
he
head?
watching on the internet?
All I prayed,
Oh,
all I
man.
hope to pray is that when I
Blame
did that,
TikTok
the
for
door
that,
was
surely.
locked good and proper in
Yeah.
the bedroom, and that wasn't a real thing.
Yeah.
But I just, whenever he does it, it just gets me, man. It busts me to the ground. I can't even be mad at the kid.
No, you can't be. That's just funny.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good. That's good footy.
That's all good humour.
That's
Like
good
that's like
footy.
a Christmas party yarn.
Yeah.
Laying in the middle of the yard, flipping your legs up behind your bum and
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, hey, come and stink me,
Like,
stink me
I
up."
think that could be on par with feeding grandma the full toss at 150k an hour middle
Yes,
stump
she's-
on Christmas Day. That's the same. Like, no one doesn't laugh at that.
No,
Like,
no
seeing
one
grandma
doesn't.
get skittled and go ass up.
No,
She
that's-
wasn't ready.
No.
No,
She's
but
not
she was
ready.
talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have
She's
took
not ready
Nan
for that
out.
smoke.
We shouldn't have took Nan out of her wheelchair and
Propped her up
propped
there.
her up beside the clothesline because this is going bad. This is going bad.
Oh.
So yeah,
Yeah.
kids is a yarn.
So Westy's the middle one, right?
Westy's middle. He's 4.5. Flossie's 2.
Yeah.
Delilah's 7, going on 70.
Yeah, Delilah's 7.
Man, and
Man,
she.
I remember when she was born. That's
and
wild.
It's crazy, bro. And she's
sure you
such
do as well, but-
she's such a little lady now. Like it's off its head. Like it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I've got 2 wives, all busting me up at the same time.
Yeah,
Literally, she follows Maddie around and says the same thing.
yeah.
Mum says you shouldn't drink beers.
Yeah,
It's
right.
too late for that, isn't it? It's all hiding in the shed.
Yep.
So yeah, the kids are good. That's a thing.
Yeah. Good
And
stuff.
apart from your kids, I also see you've got a new car. You
Yeah.
got the
Yep.
and now
Yep.
this car's a pretty cool little car. I've seen your little Corolla.
Oh, the Corolla? Yeah. So, I bought it off a mate. I hit him up about it ages ago. I was like, if you ever want to sell that,
I'm your boy.
I'm your
yeah,
dog.
come to Daddy first.
Yeah.
And he did.
Stop it.
Straight on.
Come
yeah,
good.
So
Turns out he was a mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Locke. Good on you, lad.
Thanks for the vehicle.
And
mate.
every time I see him, I try and drive the car so we can have a look at it and go for a squirter or whatever.
See how much better you've made it.
Yeah, and he's like, man, every time you drive this car to catch up with me, I just get filled with regret.
That's what happens.
Too late, mate.
Bit of
Transfer's
FAFO,
done.
mate.
Yeah.
Fucked around and found out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's it.
And the shed.
Oh, and the
shed.
yeah. And somewhere to keep the Corolla dry so it doesn't turn into
You were
a
actually
pile of corrosion.
You were actually the guy that hooked me up with this paint floor. The paint for the floor down here.
Oh, that was when Auntie got involved in the build.
Got involved in the build.
Workshop build.
Jeez,
he had the door down for about 4 days.
Down for that paint, didn't he?
He would have loved it.
When he'd love it. You know
floating around.
You know the scene from The Simpsons where Mr. Burns is out in the bush floating around with his fingers glowing though.
Yeah.
I call you. That's literally for 4 days, man. Auntie floated out the door and floated back in.
Which even tried to give him an apprentice to help out, and he's like, "Nah,
kicked him
I've
out.
got this.
Get out.
I'm not sharing nothing with
I'm
no
not
one.
doing it. Go away."
Yeah.
And that gave him the inspiration to build the loft,
It
obviously.
did. It was straight one into the other.
I think it was lying in the paint, like on
Could
the
have been.
ground.
Just imagining what
and
could
then
be.
he thought, I should build something up there. And then obviously we did.
It happened.
But yeah, we got the paint from Tyson's paint supplier.
Yeah. Did you go to that MCM?
Yeah, and we've been there several times after now.
Yeah, they're good,
They're
man.
good, man.
It's a bit of a show there, but they have everything you need.
Yeah.
Like it's not just cement.
And we didn't
Just go see him.
like
Midland Cement
Midland Cement
Moldings.
Materials.
Yeah, tucked in that back little, So previous place I used to work, we did all of the servicing for their cement trucks. I won't mention said place because
I can imagine working on Agi trucks is a good time.
Loves it.
Yeah,
I've never done it, but I don't want to.
Hey, yeah, look,
no, we did
put it on your to-do list because you won't forget it.
Yeah. What about you? Were here for Peter
Farkin?
Peter Farkin?
Yeah. That was who was it trying to stick weld that fucking handrail?
Oh yeah.
You can't weld metal when it's already got rust holes in it.
You can't weld rust.
Do it.
It's impossible.
No.
We found it out firsthand.
Put some poo on the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, my personal vote was bend the little bar into the shape and just stick it on with quick steel.
Yeah.
Because that would have been more structural than anything else that was going on.
Well, actually, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yellow paint held that one together.
Yeah.
That was a yarn.
Just got to get it out the gate.
I can't even see that no one uses that ladder. There's no way.
Who even puts a ladder up there around that little thing at the top of a cement truck?
Is it where
the little hopper bit up the top? Yeah. I don't even know why they get up there. Concrete drivers don't. All they do is get the little remote out and move the little duck around. Yeah,
and they usually stand at the bottom when they're using the hose anyway. Because we're all fully qualified cement truck drivers.
Yeah. I've done my time.
I've serviced at least 3 of them.
I actually went and helped my Mrs. Old Boy do concrete not too long ago.
It sucks.
Grano work. Oh, I tell you.
That is not a job.
Nah,
that is not a job for a normal human.
Nah, I've never met anyone that's ever done grano work, like even just as like a hobby at home, whatever, and thought, you know what? I could do that for a job. Yeah. Not a single person
Not
ever.
a single job in hell.
No.
Well, we did. No. We prepared the slab out the back for the new truck hoist. Ringo did all the earthworks, obviously having a couple of qualified earth workers around the establishment.
Basically
now
civil engineers.
Helps. But them lads turned up. I was on holidays, remember, for the slab pour.
I believe I was as well.
Yeah.
I wasn't here for the actual
the
day
slab
off.
pour was like, that was I've never done a big slab like what we did out there. So it was a little bit ominous, but to palm it off to someone else.
Just get the professionals.
Yeah.
These blokes have done this before.
That's a yarn.
Here you go, boys.
That's
yeah. See that
it's one of those
fill
things.
It with concrete.
It's one of those things that I think the lads who are really good at it make it look really easy.
Yeah. And then, exactly
right.
Because they're usually
with a dart hanging out their mouth, and good on them. But I push barrows for my mate and his old boy have their own grano business. Push barrows for him. I was like, fuck.
Zero good.
Yeah,
I don't know about
not that hot.
Haven't you got like a remote control?
Yeah. Mate, I get a little bobcat.
Have you got like a Ted? You know those Teds you have with profit on belly guys? Have you got like one of them with a wheelbarrow or something?
Well, just saying.
Isn't there concrete pumps you can get for this? Like, what's going on here?
Well, have you got an apprentice or something?
You're it.
Yeah. Fuck. Handy. But them concrete, you don't want to talk about concrete pumps. Don't say concrete pump 3 times around here because they'll come back. We've just got rid of concrete pumps. Jesus.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not even the big ones either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're one of the things, the bigger it gets, the harder it is.
No, we've had the Zoom line ones from Advanced Formwork. They're it's like a engine with a set of like pump tubes in it and a hopper at the back, and they just pour it in, then it puts it into a tube, and that shoots it up to the tower pumper dooker.
Oh.
Then it does all the car parks and all the
Right.
Big.
It's actually
high-rise
it's a bit of
building.
gear.
It's a bit of
It
gear.
is a bit of gear.
It's a bit of gear.
Literally,
Yeah.
because it's
It
a bit of gear.
makes sense, yeah.
We had one.
Big bit of gear.
We had one. It shit the hydraulic pump,
Oh, beautiful.
and it just pumped lovely, sparkly shit
Oh, I think I
all
love
through
that.
it, bro. Poor Ned. That was a yarn, man. Every hose off, every valve out, every cylinder out.
Oh,
Strip it, reassemble it, put it back
Do you know
together.
what
start
I'm
again.
enjoying at the moment? I'm getting deleted by the sun's reflection in the
Oh, yeah.
window of my own piece of crap project car.
Oh,
is that your bus out there?
and that's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
stab in the heart, isn't it?
It is.
Because it's your own car.
Mm.
Yeah.
I know why. It's because I neglect it.
Wait, the truck or the?
Oh,
No,
not the truck.
No,
Christ,
the
not the
actual
truck.
good-looking car next
Not
to
the
the
truck.
truck. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't
The
wish
bunny
that
door.
truck on your worst nightmare.
No, you wouldn't.
But that is that's one of our Hiluxes over there, that one dab.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
she's got strong stakes in possibly replacing Zelda of her hard life.
Two-wheel drive, though.
I was going to say that looks like a
Yeah,
two.
currently has a blown head gasket.
Oh, beautiful.
Obviously,
I got a
we
bottle of
wouldn't get
Chemie Weld for that.
yeah,
but
petrol,
Yeah.
yeah. We wouldn't get anything cheap that doesn't have any kind of mechanical issues.
Yeah, we'll call it a work.
But look at it.
progress.
Look at her.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a good-looking bus.
yeah. If you're a plumber,
If you're a plumber.
Yeah.
Well, they were.
And-
I think they actually were plumbers.
yeah,
They
they
are.
are.
it
There
looks.
absolutely.
It's
there
got
was
a
a
plumber
plumber.
look
It does.
about it with
You
the big
can
rack on
tell-
the top.
Yeah, you can tell what a vehicle does by looking at it most of the time.
Yeah, Yeah.
Except for if it's like a canopy one, and then you kind of think, what is going on there? That's
What's in
shit.
there?
Yeah, what are these
The
shady
secrets.
bastards
Is
on
he-
to hide?
Yeah, yeah.
Is he camping? Is he quoting? What's he doing? Anyway, get him out.
No good.
No good.
We do need to unplumb a fire, that ute.
How would you unplumb a fire? Plumb ute?
You'd probably just turn it back into a
Oh, you
tray
just
back
take
ute.
all the crap off the
Just
back.
take all the
Yeah,
plumber's
that's
equipment
easy
off it, I
enough.
believe.
That's
yeah.
easy enough.
Put a steel tray on it or something.
Yeah, you know. maybe
Oh,
some-
yeah.
So now that we've got all the informalities out of the way, Martin, do you have do you have a list?
I don't have anything super formal,
Okay.
but
You
I've got a couple of questions.
Good.
Might
'cause
rattle the
that's-
bones
yeah,
a little bit.
Bring it in. We
Hands are
always
sweating
stuff this up that when we start yarning, like it's 4 hours later,
And
not
we've
one
covered
usable
nothing.
bit of footage. Like I think me and Delves, we kind of did a rough calculation, and we said we'd cracked up like, what do you reckon? Did we
It was
reckon
20 plus, I think.
Yeah, of unusable crap,
Oh.
just 20 hours of just yarning.
I guess that's probably the hardest bit, like, right? The podcast, doing the actual podcast is the easy bit, but then editing it
Yeah.
into something that people
And
are
I tell
actually
you,
going to watch. Is,
I assumed it was just going to be like a self-licking ice cream, right?
Yeah.
Hit play and dump it on the internet. Anything but.
it is not.
Anything
Yeehaw.
but.
Yeah,
And
okay.
the swearing was the biggest thing for us
Yeah,
at the
we-
start.
yeah.
Like we literally
Still swear a bit in the
one
mic,
of
but
the
Oh, you're
ones
allowed
we
to
had.
swear.
You can.
you can. It just,
It just depends.
I mean, you know.
It just depends. Like
We're Aussies. Fuck off.
yeah, 100%. Like
Go
you
and
can
get
drop.
fucked.
Yeah, you can drop them. But when the first ones that we did, it was literally just us going. It was,
Yeah,
it was pretty-
It was
it's too much.
It was too
It was.
much.
Do you know what
yeah.
it was? Someone filmed Friday knockoff beers. Is basically what
that's
it was.
basically
That's
what
how
That's
it
what
rough
was.
you
it was.
get.
Yeah, that's
Like,
basically
what
what
you
it was.
get.
Man, the worst bit was the first filming of the podcast. I had the potty in the front office to start with,
Yeah.
so the boys were all kicking around in the front office.
Oh, yeah, because I think I remember like a bit of a
Yeah.
horseshoe sort of a
Horseshoe
cake
thing in the
desk
front there, yeah.
thing,
And
yeah.
Artsy was over here.
Yeah.
And I was kicking around with it, and we're having beers, and we're getting naughty in there and that. And Artsy's friends with my wife on Snapchat.
Oh, okay.
So he Snapchatted us drinking
God, that's never
beers
going to be good.
on the potty. Literally within 15 seconds of him sending the Snapchat, my phone just blowing up. What
Yeah.
are you doing? Well, what do you mean? What am I doing?
Working
I'm at
hard.
work. You are not at work, and you are not working hard. You're drinking beers with Auntie on a podcast.
Yeah.
When the hell did we get a podcast? Why aren't you even doing work?
Yeah.
I said, babe, this is work now.
This is the
Hey, I don't
marketing.
know if you know, but I'm the boss, eh?
Yeah. And then she says, yeah, only at work.
Yeah.
At home, you're on my time,
Yeah.
and you'll
Oh.
listen to my rules.
And you know, I'm just thankful that someone out there has that level of control over you, because
Yeah.
it would be a strange place if Walker was unleashed.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder.
Yeah, look, I think we all wonder.
And then I'm grateful.
yeah.
Because if I was off the chain,
Oh, I mean, you know,
I was not around when they were, in the Wild West guns akimbo, but I reckon it'd be something like that.
it would be. Yeah, that's right. They're just everyone. It would be mandatory to have a sidearm to work here.
Yeah.
It would be
Yeah.
something outrageous
yeah.
like that.
Wild West.
Look,
Protect
as-
yourself at
no,
all times.
you will love this. No word of a lie. I'll maybe fabricate some.
Throw some jam on
Yeah,
it.
I'll put a little bit of mayo on the outside.
Undy.
Yeah.
There's a bloke that bowls in one day. Bit of a reference from a mate who knows a bloke who reckons this other fella was all right. Bowls in for like the standard come down meet us.
Yeah, have a yarn.
didn't even get to come back for a job interview because he bowls in wearing a 10-gallon hat of Cobra, and Walker just goes, "I'll have him." Straight up. Just because of the hat.
Any more of you out there? Or
Yeah, no, we stopped looking after that one, unfortunately.
But if anyone is looking for a job, I always like a bit of shameless publicity. If anyone is looking for a job, shout out. Come on in.
Yep.
Please don't stop asking if you can do your apprenticeship here or if you can come for work experience, because we are absolutely chockers with apprentices and work experience kids.
But if
there is a lot of young faces getting around.
Yeah, we've got 7 of them.
That said, we
7
do have
apprentices.
7 apprentices.
Yep.
Holy dog.
There's 30 of us now all
That's
up.
all the bums to wipe.
Yeah. Delvsy's got full time. He just has toilet paper in his pocket now.
Yeah.
I've done with the toilet paper. I just started throwing baby wipes around now.
He's better.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, this is a yarn. This is a yarn. So
one of the
Is that
field
Joey?
service.
That's
Yeah,
Joey.
it's Joey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Joey's
one
in
of
the field service.
field
That's
Joey,
back in.
field service
Holy
Joe.
dolly.
Field
Joey
teach.
was an apprentice when
Yeah.
I was still working here.
Now field service Joe.
Field service Chicken Joe.
The yarn
Chicken
on
Joe.
on the bum wiping scenario, toilets. We've had this yarn.
Yeah.
Drop a leg to do a poopy
Oh, out of the pants?
out of the pants, or what's to go?
This brings strong
See,
opinions.
This is
This
strong.
brings
This is
strong
hectic.
opinions.
This is hectic.
If I'm at home, right, and I'm kicking around in like footy shorts or whatever, then I'm dropping a leg out.
Handy.
I'm dropping a leg out every day of the week.
Yeah.
If I'm at work or a public toilet or something
All right,
like
let
that,
me throw a scenario.
I ain't dropping a leg out. It's
All
too
right.
much fucking around. I got to take shoes off and shit.
So you got to feel comfortable with where you are. Like if you're at
Well,
your
I
parents'
think
house, you'd still drop a leg out, wouldn't you?
If it was summertime and I was wearing thongs and I'd kick my thongs off already anyway,
Oh,
it's kind of I
gotta
think
be
more
easy.
so for me. It's the convenience.
It's the
of
ease.
You're already not wearing shoes.
yeah.
I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
If I'm not wearing shoes, I'll drop a leg out.
Yeah.
If I'm
Fair
wearing
enough.
shoes, which means I'm, out and about. Or
You're already
work
committed
or,
to. You're already committed to moving on.
Yeah, I'm not
It's a
unzipping
quick.
a work
It's a
boot.
quick pit stop.
I'm not unzipping a work boot.
All right. Well, let me throw a scenario at you.
Here we go.
It's not too hot, but it's still warm. You're in a Portaloo, but you really need to go. Obviously, Portaloo's the last place. Obviously, especially
It's
for
not,
a fitter.
It's not high.
There's a
places.
lot of other places that you can make a mess apart from in there. But you walk in, the floor's real messy. No bad stuff on the floor, but it's wet and there's dirty footprints.
It just
on
looks like a day 2 festival Portaloo.
100%.
Yeah.
You've described it perfectly, and you really need to go. Do you drop the leg and tuck them all to one side and roll them up so they don't get any mess on them or anything like that, or do you tuck them up to your knees, or what do you do?
You would drop a leg out and then kind of like bunch it up,
Hold to the side, because
the
the reason that I started dropping the leg, because I had this horrible experience that I didn't drop a leg and I put them down to the ground, and then when I pulled them up, right in my nether region, my jeans were wet. My knickers were wet. I shouldn't even call them knickers.
No, they started out as jocks, but when you pulled them up, they were knickers.
Me undies or me jocks were wet. So then that just gave me that paranoia.
Yeah, you wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
But was that water on the ground? Or was that some other dirty
Something
bloke?
more sinister.
Yeah, something's more sinister. So that's what brought me to the thing. So if I put you in that sitcho, what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing with your life?
I'm still not banging a shoe off.
You're not banging a shoe off?
Nah. I'd probably maybe pull them down and like sort of.
Oh, you'd go
only half pull.
Yeah,
you'd go the
keep
boa,
them like just at the knees or something. Maybe
I'd call that bit the boa restrictor.
Fair.
The boa restrictor.
The boa restrictor.
Yeah, because it really restricts you having them.
It's not. Knees. Look, it's not the ideal situation.
It's not ideal.
It's better than getting secondhand piss on your pants.
100%. That's a
average at best.
Yeah,
that's.
That's good. I'm glad we got that out. All right, Martin, what have you got?
Well, straight off the bat, it's easy. I had a little sneaky look
that
there
was
before.
That was a prime example of how shit goes sour real fast.
It's easy to do when you're chewing the fat with the
100%. Easy one for you. Easy and nice and gentle.
Yeah.
What got you into becoming a mechanic? Dirt bikes as a kid?
Nah.
Really?
Fucked around with a few like paddock bashes and that, I guess, and kind of did some real basic stuff as young fellas, like changing radiator.
I think most young fellas are doing pretty basic stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We're not doing like bearing rolls.
No.
Trying
just for the record, a bearing roll under the age of about 22 is just put thicker engine oil in it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, put some real thick,
some
oil.
80 weight.
Yeah, whatever you can find, that's thicker than
put
what
it
you've
in.
got.
Yeah, anything's better than cooking oil.
Got me into being a mechanic. I don't know. I guess my
It turns out this is a great question. Then.
yeah, it is actually a real bit of a curly one, I guess. Originally, I didn't want to be a mechanic. I wanted to make hardwood furniture.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, so at school, I did like your woodwork classes and that, and I actually did a TAFE class thing where I went like once a week to an actual TAFE, and did like a furniture design course, and yeah, really wanted to do that. Really wanted to work with hardwood timbers, though. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want
premium timbers.
Yeah, the good stuff.
We
Like
not
Jarrah
well, no.
Shit. Yeah.
and that was kind of what I wanted to do. And Mum sort of sat me down and said, "Look, that's great that you want to do that, and you are good at it,
But cabinet makers make fuck all money.
yeah,
Basically, is that actually what she said?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said,
Okay, good.
But
Yeah,
your
because
mum's
the
not
difference-
backwards in coming forwards.
nah, she'll tell you
Far
straight
from
up.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Far from that.
But that was the difference. I didn't want to be a cabinet maker because those
Yeah.
fellas use chipboard and
hmm
MDF and
Yeah.
And
all
that's
that
pretty
sort of
much the
stuff.
trade you've got to do to move
Yeah.
into joinery, really, which I
And-
think is probably the higher end of cabinet making.
There was in WA. There's not a lot of places that still make hardwood furniture because no one wants to pay 20 grand for a dining room set when they can go to IKEA and buy something that looks lovely.
Mm.
It serves the purpose. It looks mint.
Yep. And in 5 years, you have to replace it, so you get to remodel every 5 years.
Yeah,
That's a real win for
no
everyone.
one wants to buy like an 8-foot solid Jarrah table.
I mean, they do, but they just don't want to pay
There's
20 grand.
definitely-
for it.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
There's definitely a market for it.
Yeah.
So Mum was like, "Look, pursue this if you want. It's totally up to you. It's totally your choice. But I think it's
You could be smarter.
maybe smarter, And I'm glad she did. My older brother is a diesel mechanic,
All right.
which that's another yarn in itself because he works here as well. Well, sort of.
He's a lad. He's a lad.
He was a diesel mechanic. He was doing
Yeah.
his apprenticeship when I was still sort of in high school and that.
Jeez,
so
I've got some vivid memories of that bloke.
he's so I thought, oh well, maybe that's not such a bad trade, Like he's
Mhm.
like, oh, you can earn really good money, and you can
Yep.
work all over WA or Eastern States. You can kind
The
of go
world,
anywhere.
really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the
go all over
world.
the world. Yeah, you can go
100%
anywhere.
the
with
world.
it.
Yeah, well,
So
look
I
at the
thought, oh well, why not? And I just
Throw
put
your
my
hat in the ring.
threw my hat in the ring with West Track. I didn't
Mhm.
know anyone at West Track.
So
apart
for
from my mate who
those
was-
playing at home, that's the local Caterpillar dealer here in WA.
yeah, West Australian Caterpillar dealer.
That's where Martin came from.
Barlow's, if you are pre-1992.
Oh,
There you go. Definitely much
That's
before
what
my
Uncle
time.
Nicky calls it. Oh no,
Wigmore's.
Wigmore, sorry, not
Oh,
Barlow's.
funny.
Barlow's is
That's
South
funny.
Africa. Sorry,
Wigmore's,
yeah,
yeah.
Barlow's is South Africa.
That's funny.
Wigmore's.
Wigmore's.
Yeah. We'll edit that bit out.
Yeah. Well, we won't.
Nah.
Just fall on your own sword. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Managed to get a start with West Track. Somehow I was like one of, I don't know, something crazy like 65 apprentices in my year or something.
Yep.
Insane. Because we just come off the back of a downturn, so all these big companies were
This was post the craziness.
the
Yep.
GFC,
Yeah. That did rattle the Western Australian mining industry pretty hard when it happened.
big time. They give us a start and worked there for 3.5 years. Did my apprenticeship and then basically got the marching orders from there because there was another downturn.
Oh, really?
Left there and sort of bummed around for a year because it was really hard to find a job being newly qualified.
Yep.
And there was a shortage of work, so there was a lot of lads with way more experience than me that didn't have a job either.
Yep.
And I looked at it as if I was HR or a supervisor or something, I wouldn't have hired me either.
Nah, yeah, that's
When you've got the
yeah.
pick of
Yep.
cream of the crop,
Mm.
why would you?
Well,
Well, they just didn't
Well,
know.
I mean,
They didn't know.
I know what you're saying.
but they need good, reliable lads.
100%,
and,
yeah.
I
You got
potentially-
you got a dude that's been working on this equipment for 10 years,
That's
or
right.
a young fella that's keen but only got
Yeah.
1 year's experience.
Yeah.
We all know who we're picking.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
And you're only human.
Yeah,
Picking that
exactly
way. That's fine. But then eventually got to start with Mineral Resources.
Yep.
Uh,
And then moved there and then came here.
Then chopped on over here.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but your actual start was kind of like a false start because you didn't really want to be a fitter.
No,
You
it was
wanted
not
to
on
be a
my.
chippy?
It was not on my radar. I did through school actually. Also, when I did the furniture design technology, so I got a Cert 1 in that. I got a Cert 1 in metal fabrication.
Don't tell people that Cert 1's worth fuck all.
No, I know, but that was just the program that
through school.
their school was offering because I didn't want to do TEE.
Yep.
Or
You knew you were becoming a tradie somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to waste anyone's time. All my own, I was having too much fun, not doing exams and that sort of yarn. Did like a cert one in automotive as well, and that kind of sort of helped pique my interest as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling apart a Holden 202.
Oh, we've got one of them here at the minute.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wait.
We got big birds.
Was she 202? She a red motor?
Yeah.
She was red. She wasn't no black.
Nah.
Okay. No. It's the Mr. Reliable.
Yeah.
The Reds.
They're ever so reliable.
That's a long time ago now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain it was a red.
Yeah. I would imagine it would have been a red.
It came in red and black.
Strongberg.
Don't go down the rabbit's hole.
Yeah.
You don't need to know what I know.
No, okay.
And I don't even really know it that well.
Not at this time.
No, that's right. We got years. We got years to learn this.
It's going to blow out the time.
It is actually.
It's going to blow out.
It's going to blow out the time.
Talk about red motors.
Well, I'll just get lost. I'll be running.
The Holden fanatic.
No, I don't mind me a genuinely Australian-made motor.
Yeah.
There's not many of them around.
Well, there is.
No, there's not.
There
There's
actually is.
There's a couple.
There actually is a fair few of those red motors kicking around.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are moorings.
In the outback.
In the outback.
I think a lot of them are like moorings.
Hanging off the anchor line of boats.
Well,
Frio.
in saying that, we've had two around here.
And I've seen that turbo one on that pallet.
That
was a yarn.
That was a yarn.
Yes, sir.
Technically, it wasn't actually turbo. There was just a turbo mounted.
It was ready to be, but it was
right. The early steps had been made.
Yeah.
It even had the long runner 4-barrel carby manifold hanging off the side of it.
Okay.
And I can tell you right now, they're actually really hard to find.
Oh.
And worth a pretty penny.
Wow, there you go.
I believe the customer did pick that engine up, though, so I got fucking nothing out of it.
He did.
I was just staring at the candy the whole time it was in the oven. I've got zero purpose for that, but I like it.
Yeah.
And I would have probably gave him 3 of them to get rid of that thing.
Fair.
Because that was a hectic job.
Yeah, it was actually. It got out of hand.
Oh, didn't it?
Doesn't matter. We've got another one.
Yeah, we've got
that's going to get out of hand. I always like to keep. There is actually a red 202 sitting in that right now, next door.
Next door. We got Big Bird's got a bloody Kingswood wagon.
Big Bird.
Maganti.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big Petey.
Yeah,
Big Petey.
Oh, I haven't seen that big tall.
Don't tell the tax man that's EX11.
We'll cut that out.
No, we can leave it in there.
All right, we'll get on with my list. We'll get to the question.
Go on, hit me.
No, we've got more that I can get to, but I'm gonna tickle you with a couple of quicks. Just the first answer.
Okay.
Doesn't even matter if there's swear words.
Okay.
Because none of us none of us going to heaven anyway.
Nah, definitely not.
All right. Worst/first mechanical cup that you made that you'd like distinctly stands out.
Shit.
Oh.
Almost definitely as an apprentice. Most likely as a first year.
Nothing that comes. No, I was actually a tradesman.
Oh shit!
To be honest, and I was actually working for Luke.
I'm just trying to recall now.
Well, I can't remember where it was. We were.
You can't say you crashed into work vehicles because we've already covered that.
Yeah, we've already done that.
It was. I had to put a bucket back on like a Volvo digger.
Yeah.
And I obviously just didn't have the. I got ahead of myself. I obviously didn't have the holes lined up, schmicky mouse, and as you know, you can just pretty much push those.
Yeah.
Pins. You should be able to just push those pins in, and it got a bit stuck and started giving a belt, and then it got real
tight,
real tight, real quick, and then Luke had to get a contract boilie to come out, and
oh no,
yeah, it was bad.
Oh, okay, well, fair enough.
Not my proudest moment.
No, that's fine.
Remember, it might have been early Tom. Nah,
Northlink.
Nah, because it was I hadn't been working for you very long.
Yeah, Roger.
And I thought, oh fuck, this is bad.
All right, we'll roll from damaged pin upon attempted bucket install into worst oil bath you've ever had. And anyone that's questioning what an oil bath is, if you're a mechanic, it's going to happen at some point in time. It's the foregone conclusion.
Yeah. We were doing a stick cylinder on a 1250 when I was working at Iron Valley.
Mm-hmm. So everyone see the specificity with that he has answered with because he remembers.
Yeah,
you remember.
You don't forget the oil baths.
I rattled obviously as the cylinder comes shipped, it's got the blanking plates that are bolted to the ports on the hydraulic cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
And it had been sitting in the sun, and it had obviously, expanded enough anyway, I'm guessing, because we hadn't had the cylinder on the machine or anything yet. And I, instead of just cracking the bolts,
letting it ooze,
giving it a hit and letting it ooze.
You've hit it with a rattle gun.
Yeah, hit it with a rattle gun, being a mad cunt.
Yeah.
Nah,
Dushka.
Big
Oh,
digger fitter with the rattle gun. Just
yeah. Boom, covered me from head to toe, knocked me glasses off.
Oh, proper.
Yeah, so whether the cylinder had maybe been compressed a
I
little
reckon
bit
it
after
sounds
the
like it had
caps
been
went
pushed
on,
in,
but
for sure.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
Stitch
not
up.
saying I've seen
Yeah.
it before, but I've definitely
You've
seen
seen
that before.
know. Yeah.
I actually saw a pearler the other day. Callum, the boilie downstairs. We were it was a weird job. We were doing it. It's like a pallet packer, so it like crushes the cardboard into a pallet and squashes it all up and that.
Yeah, copy.
There's pins that hold the frame and the top bit from dropping down. And I said to him, we've got to pull that cylinder out. We just got to fix it and that. So just stick the fork under it and then we'll lift it up and then we'll take it out. Cal brought the forklift in, put it on the ground, did that, undid the gland nut on the end of the cylinder instead of pulling the whole cylinder out. And as he undid the gland nut, it literally I walked in just at the right time to see him going like,
Yes.
and I was like, oh, I haven't seen one of that for
Welcome.
a while.
Not even a fitter.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, Boilermakers usually love that shit too.
Yeah.
It's a straight kick in the teeth for a
What
boilie.
am I doing here? This is not in my
Yeah.
job,
Yeah.
eh?
I don't even
Just
do
covered
oil,
in
mate. I
oil.
only do welders. What is this?
100%.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next one.
Go.
Best question I think we've asked most people that we've spoken to, even in all the unusable hours of footage that we have.
Well, we've already been cracking for an hour and 5.
Yeah, I know. We're ready to wrap up. We'll get through
goes
these as
like
soon
that.
as we can.
No, we can count.
Worst / most memorable damaged thread and or thread repair.
Oh, you've had some pearlers of this.
Memorable
Hey,
ones.
if your old boss is about to roll you under the bus, you better come out with your own story. It's pretty good.
Tyson nearly started the yarn where where if you get the broken bolt out, you've got to take a photo and send it to everyone and say,
Yeah, you've
Day-
got to.
Yeah, good.
You've got to celebrate the
Yep.
wins.
day
Yeah.
made.
100% silver lining
Day
every time.
made.
That is a tricky one.
Yeah, I don't come around here with dog shit questions. I've got the fucking 8 grade material over here.
Some
Yeah, it's high
Some
quality.
good ones.
It's high grade.
It's just, I
High
don't know
grade.
if you can see what's going on around you, but this is a pretty sophisticated setup.
Yes.
probably only. I think they were maybe like M12 or something. Like it was only it would have been like an M16, I reckon, and it was whoever had put them in had cross-threaded them in.
Perfect.
Yeah, awesome.
Nature's Loctite.
Thanks for that, whoever you are. Hope you fall over in the shower.
And spill your shower beer.
Stub your toe on the coffee table when it's -2. He cross-threaded them in, and then whenever that had happened, it was irrelevant, I guess. But the operator, when he was operating the digger, had hit the pin retaining cap on a rock and then just sheared all the bolts off.
Delete.
Oh.
And I was like, oh yeah, these are usually pretty easy to
See, Rob.
See you, Rob.
pretty
Give us a wag of that Tockley.
pretty easy to get out because they've like sheared it. You could normally
Yeah, she was flush,
with
but
a center punch or something.
but they were cross-threaded.
And I was like, oh, these two are really hard to get out.
Mhm.
So I drilled it and easy out, and then went to the next size easy out because I thought this is going to break my easy
Just
out.
to be perfectly clear, there is nothing easy about using
No.
it. If you are at the point of using an I think it's like one of those ironic names of a tool.
It's danger money.
Yeah.
Like you should be getting paid danger money because like if this breaks in
Exactly
here,
right.
I'm actually finished.
Yeah.
But slowly forward and back,
Got him.
heaps of yield,
Mhm.
like forward back, worked him out, and yeah, got him. I've actually the 2 bolts that I removed, I've still got
Of
in
course
my
you do.
Yeah. I've still got them as trophies. I'm like,
You're
have a
fine.
look
And this
at
is why I asked. This is why I asked that
Yeah.
exact question because everyone's got that story
Yeah,
about a
yeah.
bolt or
Yeah.
a nut or.
And I was working at Pilgangora, which is a lithium mine just south of Port Hedland, and it is, in my opinion, the hottest place on the planet in summer.
inland from Headland.
Is there any proven
basically,
evidence?
do you know where Wodgina is?
Yep.
Basically, straight across the highway from Wodgina.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hot and the white.
I used to get
it's
on
all
the
white rock
I
there,
used to
so
get on the
it's
journey
reflective.
management radio when I worked up there, and as we'd be barreling down the highway, I would refer to it as whatever vehicle I was in, just passing Wodgina.
The old Wodgina.
Yeah, the large mining company
That's
radio control room did not enjoy that ever. But I thought it was hilarious. So,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
the funniest person I know.
Yeah, you are.
Well,
Yeah.
that's right.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
What's your next question?
Ooh,
Because I want to sneak in.
you got a couple?
Yeah, I just got one.
All right. Well, I've got a couple more, so
All right,
we'll
you
get them
go,
through 'em.
You
All
go,
right.
you go, and then we'll deal with that.
So obviously, anyone that has been here personally and you've worked here, so you know well enough yourself that we are all about the toys, and the
Yes.
overwhelming majority of the toys here are mechanically based.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite and or best toy, like man toy, like grown up
Big boy toy.
Yeah.
Start
engine, make noise. Ooh.
Yeah, rev.
Yeah.
Fucking
To the
balls
moon.
on it. I actually bought a brand new CRF 110.
I was going to say that.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's the largest motorbike I own.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. No, fair enough.
But you don't need another one because they're so versatile.
Yeah, I just
Do
kind
anything
of
with it.
putt around that. I take it down south and I catch up with my mates in Donnybrook, and
You can go fishing with it.
Yeah, we put collapsible rods in our backpacks.
That's a
and go
dolphin.
fishing.
That's a dolphin thing.
Yeah, yeah. The
Maximilian line.
Yeah, so the 110, she's nice. Put the big bars on it and a LED light bar and whatever else, and that's a bit of fun.
That's the go.
Yeah, or my Corolla. That's probably.
I was going to say
that's definitely. That's
Is it
definitely.
now correct? KE70, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Wagon.
Yeah, wagon.
That is makes
I
it
don't know
rarer.
if people out there know, but wagons are hard to find.
Very.
Yeah.
You can find one with a door that's not rusted.
One of my very
rear
good
door,
mates had a KE70 when we were younger.
Yeah.
And we found out much later on down the track that it used to sound really tough. He put a straight pipe on it, 2-inch, or no mufflers, nothing.
Yeah.
And it sounded really tough at idle, almost like a Subaru boxer motor, like real choppy.
Yeah.
It turns out that's because it shaved the exhaust cam load completely off one cylinder.
Really?
It sounded tough at idle, but.
So it was a mechanical failure.
Probably
would have been for sure.
Catastrophic, as they say.
That's right.
Would have been a hell failure.
100%. Now, what do you got for the man Walker?
Oh, yeah, I've got one question.
Okay.
I just want one. Worst job you've done, or worst job you've done here at Walker's. Now, I've got one that I remember very specifically.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
Was it that dozer at the North Link?
Nah.
That was pretty
It was the one in the backyard. We did that Volvo, the Volvo center hitch for...
bro, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
That was wild.
I never forgot about that.
It seemed hard at the time, but looking back on it now, I was like, man, that was actually a pretty cool job.
Wasn't too bad once we worked out how to actually get that A-frame.
There was just a lot of
we had to do
unknown.
the A-frame and the center hitch and everything, and it was really, I remember that getting that down and that out and back in was a yarn.
There was a lot of yarns.
There was some yarns.
A lot of yarns about how we were going to do it. No, I wouldn't say that was a bad job.
Do you know the lack of memory recall is telling me that you need some more shit jobs?
Yeah. I've had plenty. I reckon I've had too many of these.
Come on back and we'll give you some more shit jobs.
Yeah,
that's right.
We'll find something for you.
Yeah, done.
I can't remember.
What was the dozer at Northlink? What did you do with the dozer?
So it was piss and rain, and it was like a D8, and it had a leak from underneath. And I was like, okay, well, belly guards have to come off. And I went and seen, remember Rocket?
Yeah, it was Rocket. I was going to say.
Rocket he gave me some stuff. I was like, I need some like chain and a decent size come along. I don't know how heavy this belly guard's going to be. Made like a bit of a basket under this belly guard and attached it to a come along and got under there, like made it tight, loosened the bolts, dropped the belly guard. And I took the belly guard and slid the belly guard out from underneath the machine, and it was like the sand was packed in. That tight.
Yeah, they go like a pottery pot under there when they do it.
It was like hard packed in there.
Yeah.
I had a tarp in my ute, so I laid the tarp on the ground and chipped it out with a big pry bar, and then dragged the tarp out, emptied the tarp, dragged the tarp back under. Repeat until
you've got to get creative.
I could see what the fuck was going on.
Yeah,
like it was. I literally.
Just shooting blind.
I couldn't see the torque converter. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see any of the hoses, and that's why one of the hoses started leaking. Was
that a Johnson? That was a Johnson's dozer, wasn't it? Rock bottom.
Name it,
Dave.
Yeah,
I think it was a Dave dozer.
Yeah, I think you'd actually pimp me out to rock bottom or something.
Yeah, I think so. I think
I was kind of like looking up
because it was at Northlink 2 or something.
Yeah,
I think
way up in the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. And it was piss and rain.
Always the worst piss and rain.
Yeah.
So that was good. I was pretty happy once that.
Right, what else you got? You got another one there, Dels?
No. I think it's all the Walker show now.
Well, what do you mean it's all the Walker show?
I've got a question. Can we stop for a piss?
I've actually got a piss real bad too.
And you know what? We are actually coming up on nearly being time to wrap up.
Do you want to just wrap it up quickly? We've been going for an hour and 15.
Yeah, there's people craving your attention.
Or do you want any more? No, Rob's watching. he's just in awe. I can see him. He's looking at me with them
Nice.
beautiful blue eyes. Did you see his picture on the internet the other day with them eyes?
Oh yeah, I did
Yeah,
actually.
he's
He's in the workshop.
He's
wasn't it?
photogenic, this lad.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
well, they can follow us on the Walker's Plant socials, and they
Yeah,
can
they
see
can
exactly
see
what
it.
we're
Like
talking
and
about.
subscribe.
If anyone wants a little crack at my Robbie, just give us a shout. Send us an email. I'll send him out to you. He'll come to you. Don't worry about that.
Hens parties,
Yeah.
like you name it.
Yeah, sometimes
He
also
likes to
mechanical
call-
breakdowns.
Yeah.
Bucks parties.
Sometimes,
If that's
sometimes.
if that's what
Also,
you're into, Bucks
yeah,
parties.
We'll
Yeah.
also come and fix your stuff.
Yeah.
We call him the Bull, eh? The long
Long
silver.
Silver.
We just talked about you. We just talked about you.
There's also had previous nicknames as the Hairless Greyhound.
Yes.
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 It's not
Yes.
very greyhound-esque. He's got
Yes.
far more muscle mass than a greyhound.
Yeah, there's no way them greyhounds
Yeah.
are as muscly as
No.
Rob. No freaking way. So that's it. You want to wrap it up.
I think so.
That's it. You got any more? What do you got? I feel like we could talk.
I've only, no, that's
Yeah.
the there is. I've got 2 questions I was going to hit you with, but I think I'll just mention them. I won't actually get you to answer them on camera. Why'd you leave them? When are you coming back?
Oh, that's,
The hard hitters.
that's a dog shot. I don't even do them ones.
Yeah.
That's why I got Martin.
That's why he brings
Martin.
me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I got Martin.
Get the
That's
people
why
onto
we
it,
got
eh?
Martin. Yeah, get him onto it. Get the pity. Hell, that's
Well, yeah, later on.
All
We
right.
just got a couple of things to cover off on. Mr. Walker,
yeah.
what do you got?
Well,
You haven't got much.
I haven't got much.
All right. Well, I'll clean us out the back end.
Yeah.
There's just a couple of things you got to do. Follow us on social medias
Yep.
if you can. There's a fair bit of stuff about jobs going on in the yard floating around now and then. And what hopefully Walker's Plant Racing will be up to for this motocross season in Western Australia.
Oh, we're already dominating.
Of course.
We're fully dominating.
Of course.
Always what
And
it's
the
about.
only other things we have to make sure of is keep a shiny side up and well lubricated.
Hey, I
that's
like
it then.
that.
Righto. See you next time. Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, thanks for having me, lads.
Pleasure.
Nice
Well, you
one.
should got to do the inaugural handshake.
Yeah.